Hello, this is Robert Kiyosaki, and welcome to How to Awaken Your Financial Genius. Now I know all of you have a financial genius. How do I know that? Because every time I've shown a kid a $10 bill, their eyes light up. So anybody who doesn't light up when they see money, they're obviously not a genius there. And most of us would rather be rich than be poor. But unfortunately, only 1 out of 10 people become rich. And most people never become rich. And one reason for that is they don't teach you money at school. So I'm going to be teaching you how that you can awaken your financial genius. So I'll give a little history of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is the cash flow board game here. This is what separates Rich Dad from all those other guys out there, all the YouTubers and all the talking heads out there, and they're talking about their little secret formulas and all this stuff. This is Rich Dad's formula. We're the only one with a game. And this is how you awaken your financial genius. Now, the history of this is my wife and I created this board game in 1996. Now, why did we create this game? Because Kim and I were already retired. We were retired without making a fortune. We didn't win the lottery. We didn't have stocks or bonds. We just did it by being smart with our money. So in 1996, we created this board game here because people kept asking us, how did you retire in 10 years? That was a question. So Kim and I were married for 10 years. We had a vow to each other that we would be financially free in 10 years. When I got married, I was 37 and Kim was 27. So we were financially free when I was 47 and she was 37. And that's how this game came about, because people could say, well, how'd you do it? Did you win the lottery? Did you play golf? Are you a genius? I said, no. So we just created this board game in 1996. The problem was, it was hard for people to understand what this game was about. So that's when, in 1997, I wrote this book here, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I'm in this little series here to explain why games awaken your financial genius. Like I learned about money playing Monopoly. My poor dad was a school teacher. So you've got to get good grades, get a good job. And my rich dad was my best friend's father, says, you won't get rich working for money. So I don't understand that, because as kids, we're programmed to go to school and get a job, to work for money. He says the rich don't work for money. And so that was kind of the start of it. So my rich dad, when I was 10 years old, started teaching his son, who was my best friend. We're 10 years old, growing up in Hawaii, and we're playing Monopoly. So the deal was with my rich dad, I had to work for him for free and he would teach me to be rich. So I go to he owned hotels and he owned convenience stores and he did a lot of little businesses. So I'd go to my rich dad, I'd pick up cigarette butts around his place, rake his lawn, paint things, We're just 10 years old. We did simple jobs. And then my rich dad says, okay, I'm not going to pay you. Now my poor dad, who was a school teacher, went nuts. You can't not pay somebody. You have to pay people. And that's when I learned the rule number 1 from a rich dad: the rich don't work for money. And that was it was a change in my mindset. So rich dad says, I will teach you how to be a rich man playing Monopoly. So we go down there about once or twice a week. We'd work for about an hour, and then rich dad would break out his game of Monopoly. And he'd teach us to be rich people. And we all know the formula for Monopoly is 4 green houses, red hotel. So I asked my rich dad, I said, is that what you do in real life? He goes, yeah. We were sitting in his hotel. I couldn't see it because all I was programmed to do was go to school, get good grades, get a job, save money, get out of debt. You don't get rich that way. So we play Monopoly, and today I own the hotel we're on right now. I own hotels on that side. I own hotels in the mountains. I own 15,000 rental units. All I'm doing in real life is playing Monopoly. So that's how you get rich too, because games are your best teacher. Think about this. Could you imagine trying to learn to play golf without a golf club or without golf balls? Well, that's what school is trying to tell you to do. Schools tell you like this. They sit there. Well, let me tell you about the moving averages. Let me talk to you about this. You don't learn anything. That's like saying, well, you should learn how to putt a ball straight. How do I putt a ball straight? You get a putter and you putt. Look at Tiger Woods. If he had a golf club in his hand, I think starting at 7, he wouldn't be the greatest golfer on earth. But what our stupid school systems are trying to do is teach you to play golf without a golf club, without a golf ball, without a golf course. They want to do it like this, talking. Fuck you! Talk. I sit in school going, that's why people are not rich. They learn from talking heads. YouTube's filled with them. I call them the chihuahuas. They all the details. Well, today, this whoop, this. Just tell me what to do. tell me what to do. But they can't tell you what to do because all they do is talk. So what makes Rich Dad, our organization, different than all organizations? We're the only ones with a game. This is like playing golf in real life. This is like playing the money game in real life. And that's what makes Rich Dad different. This game was designed to have you awaken your financial genius. It's a pretty hard game. It's a lot harder than Monopoly. So once again, this here is the game board for the Cashflow board game. If you notice, there's two tracks. There's the fast track on the outside and the rat race in the middle. That's where the rat's in the middle. And most people go to school and become rats. They just run around this little circle all their lives, putting their money into a 401k or stocks or bonds and mutual funds. I don't do any of that stuff. But this here is the real trick of the Cashflow board game. This is called a financial statement. This is income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flow. This is called financial risk. And the thing that makes the Cashflow game so powerful is as you're playing this game on this game board, this is your real game board. Now, I wish I could say it was easy, but if you can't add and subtract, because all it's going to take is add and subtraction, you don't need calculus and other stuff they teach you at school. You have to be able to add and subtract. Now, the beauty of this here is today I'm $1,200,000 in debt. And most people go, you're supposed to get out of debt. See, that's why you're poor. You see what happened in 1971, the US dollar became debt. And the way you get rich is you learn to borrow money. But which bank is going to lend you $1 billion? Not many. But you have to have one of these. If this is really strong, I go to my banker and say, here's my financial statement. They go, oh, how much money do you want? What my rich dad used to say, this is your report card when you grow up. And 99% of all students leaving on school, even universities, don't know what this is. That's why we have more poor people today than ever before, because they don't know about this. They don't have any financial literacy. And Cashflow, the board game, is the only game that teaches this. Now, the good thing about a game is you're supposed to make mistakes. You play with fake money. And the more mistakes you make, the smarter you get. But in real life, if you make mistakes with money, you're broke. So the Cashflow board game was designed to do what every teacher says not to do. All teachers go, don't make mistakes, because if you make mistakes, you're stupid. Now, the people who don't make mistakes are stupid. So how can a baby learn how to walk if they don't fall down? Like I said, Tiger Woods hit more bad balls than I ever will. He's missed more putts than I ever will. So the people who are the biggest losers in life are the biggest winners. But if you go to school, you're told if you miss a putt, you're stupid. How do you learn if you don't make mistakes? So the beauty of this board game and this board game here is you're supposed to make mistakes. On top of that, you play against other people. And on top of that, you're supposed to help other people. You teach them. You teach them, they teach you. That's called cooperation. But in stupid school, it's called cheating. Well, sweetheart, you're supposed to cheat in real life. You don't think the richest guys help each other? I have a whole team of people helping me get rich. But in school, you must do it by yourself. How stupid is that? That's why I think school is a complete waste of time if you want to be rich. You want to be an employee? Good. You want to be a doctor? Good. But if you want to be rich, you'll probably never get rich going to school. Because this here is called a financial statement. This is your report card. This is what your banker wants to see. If you don't have one of these, the banker won't give you all the money you want, because the bank will give you a credit card. That's all you deserve. One more thing. This was poor dad up here. He also, how much money do you make? The rich focus down here on the balance sheet. Income, assets, liability. I have lots of assets, and I have lots of liabilities. Average person has no idea what assets and liabilities are. They save money. Why would you save money when the federal government of the United States is $36 trillion in debt? Your money is going down in value and you're trying to save it? That's really stupid. Well, that's what happens when you go to school and get good grades. You come out stupid when it comes to money. So if you want to get stupid, about money, stay in school. Be like my poor dad, PhD, poor, helpless, desperate. That's my whole family. They don't have anything about money, but they have their MBAs. You know what I mean? What do you learn about money at school? Nothing. You want to get rich? Learn to play this board game, play it many times, teach it, help your friends, learn it. You play this game 10 different times, you teach 10 different people to play this game, your financial genius will go up. Because this is your greatest asset of all. It's that space between your right ear and your left ear. So that's what this board game is designed to do, is awaken your financial genius. And in real life, our brains, we have a left brain and a right brain. So let's say, assume you're right-handed. Your left brain is for numbers. So this is numbers. That's what your left brain is for. Your right brain is for this side, is how do you put deals together? So the real geniuses are people using their left brain and their right brain. All these effing talking heads. Why don't you just do this? You know what I mean? You have to do something. Use your left brain and your right brain. One more thing is we have 4 intelligences. Number 1 is mental. So some people are very smart mentally. Number 2 is physically. Some people are natural athletes and all that. Number 3 is emotional. How do you handle mistakes? Can you stand back up? A lot of these people who are on drugs, they just can't handle their emotions. That's why they're screwed up. So they drug out, they take whatever they do. And the last one is spiritual. Spiritual intelligence is, I'm going to help my fellow human being. I'm going to teach them to be rich. Too many people are greedy, greedy, greedy. Greed is not spiritual. Greed is greed. And most people come out of school highly educated, greedy, and know nothing about money. And that's why games are the best teachers of all. That's what this cash flow board game is designed to do. You play the game 10 times, you teach 10 people, you'll see a whole different world out there because your brain is different. The more mistakes you make, the more money you make. You make a mistake, you fall down, you stand up, keep going again. That's what real life is about. Or you can be a dumbass school teacher who stands in front of a room, or a YouTuber, then they're stacking the little dimes and quarters, talking about it. If you're going to learn something, you have to do it. This is one more icon from my rich dad. My poor dad always said, here, go to school and get a job, become an employee. But my mother said to me, she says, son, why don't you become a doctor or a lawyer? Every mother wants her sons to be doctors or lawyers. I said, but you have to be smart. And I was not very smart in school. I flunked out of school because I can't write. Ironically, today I'm a best-selling author. We'll figure that one out. B stands for big business. This is Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. They're 500 employees or more. And I stands for investor. These guys invest in 401ks and mutual funds. These are small investors. I'm only in deals that I put together because I'm an entrepreneur. I want to put the deal together, and I want it to be a bigger deal, employing a lot of people. But the trouble with going to school is you're looking for a job for yourself. But if you become an entrepreneur or a capitalist, you create jobs for other people. And that's what the world needs now. So I'm very excited. My friend Donald Trump, he and I have written 2 books together. He's this. He will make America great again because he thinks this way. This guy, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they think too small. And that's why America's in trouble. So one reason I really hated school was because my poor dad always said, go to school and get a job. I hated school. It was boring. I sat there listening to an employee, a school teacher, like my poor dad, a school teacher, telling me to go to school and become an employee, get a job. And I didn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. I wanted to be an entrepreneur on this side. So the power of the cash flow board game and information that comes from the Rich Dad Company is to teach you to be a big entrepreneur and an inside investor. That's how you get rich. You don't get rich from this side, you get rich from that side. And you're going to find that these guys here, they want the little 401k, they want stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Over here, our goals are different. So on this side here, my goal was to take companies public on the stock exchange. So look at the fast track out there. I've taken companies public on Toronto Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, and next year on the NASDAQ. That's what these guys do. They don't buy stocks. They take companies public on the stock exchange. Another thing with these guys here, our goals are different again. Most people take commercial airlines. The rich guys take their own jets. The purpose of the cash flow board game is to take your mind from there to here, and you'll see a whole different world. So as I was saying, your goals are different. On the E and the S side, you're called silver stackers or gold stackers. You save gold coins. When you go to the B and the I side, you start your own gold mine. But the goal of a real entrepreneur on the B and the I side is to list your company on the New York Stock Exchange. And this is my gold mine listed on the New York Stock Exchange. That's what real entrepreneurs do.